Merry Christmas and welcome to the Weather Brief by the National Weather Service in Albuquerque on this day, December 25th, 2021. We have another event expected Sunday tomorrow on December 26th with mostly high winds again along and east of the Central Mountain Chain, and then another series of storms or disturbances expected to roll through the land of enchantment Tuesday and beyond for early next week. So let's dive in with a recap of what we observed yesterday on Christmas Eve. We did see some strong winds occur along and east of the Central Mountain Chain. We did have our peak report at Taos Ski Valley of a peak wind of 73 miles per hour occurring at the top of Kachina Peak yesterday afternoon. We also saw some pretty strong winds elsewhere across the eastern plains of New Mexico, including Ruidoso, high sustained wind of 52 miles per hour with a gust to 63. Roswell saw a gust to 58 miles per hour. And other gusts included areas from Vaughn to Tucumcari to Clovis as well, where they saw gusts anywhere between 45 to 55 miles per hour. In the brown, we can see a high wind watch. That is for the storm that I just mentioned for Sunday. We do have some lingering winter highlights for this morning, Christmas morning. Those are set to expire here in the next hour or so at 6 a.m., or 5 a.m. rather. But let's take a look at the overall weather setup next on satellite. Here's the geocolor image. This allows us to see almost a visible satellite, if you will, for nighttime. Of course, visible you can't see at night, but this is a close approximation here. You can see a continued deep troughing pattern over the Pacific Northwest, which is giving us a west-southwest flow over New Mexico. And embedded within this larger jet pattern, we're going to see a series of storms roll through our area. The first one of which is going to arrive Sunday, tomorrow, giving us those high winds and continued precipitation chances through western and northern New Mexico. We'll get a break a little bit on Monday, and then we'll see one storm after another roll through the area Tuesday, Wednesday, and again Friday on New Year's Eve. The good news with all of this is continued chances for snow across western and northern New Mexico. This is our expected snowfall forecast over a 3-day period beginning 5 p.m. Today and running through 5 p.m. Tuesday. So basically tonight through the day Tuesday. And with those almost persistent snowfall chances really beginning Sunday and lasting through the day Tuesday, we are expecting around 17 inches of snow at Chama. Some of these higher amounts across the peaks of the Tisas Mountains up into the Colorado San Juans are upwards of 2 feet or so. Again, we also have some pretty high amounts of anywhere between 6 inches and a foot across the peaks of the Sangre de Cristo Mountains and the higher peaks of the Jemez as well, with lower amounts of valley areas throughout western and northern New Mexico. Remember, this is over a course of 3 days, so it's not a whole lot all at once, but it's certainly welcome for our drought-stricken state right now. Back to the Sunday system, this graphic shows our forecast peak wind gusts expect to occur Sunday, midday Sunday through Sunday afternoon. Again, just like we've seen for the last several high wind events, we're expecting a lot of these high to potentially damaging wind gusts to occur along and east of the Central Mountain Chain through eastern New Mexico to the Texas border. And like we saw with this past system on Christmas Eve and the one before that on the 15th, blowing dust could be a concern through the eastern plains where reduced visibility could produce some hazardous travel. Crosswinds on north to south oriented highways to include I-25 and US 285. That's going to be a concern again for any high profile vehicles. Western New Mexico, still some pretty high gusts through there, anywhere between 30 to 45, maybe even 50 miles per hour at the higher terrain. That's going to occur as well through western New Mexico, just not as strong as what we're expecting through the eastern plains. Thankfully, the wind gusts here are a little bit of a notch down from our previous storms that we've seen, but still they're pretty high. So anybody doing some travel back home after the Christmas holiday on Sunday, please take caution and allow some extra travel time to your destination if you're going through the eastern half of the state. Here's the outlook for the next 6 days, starting with today, Christmas. This minor concern here in yellow is really just for any lingering snow showers that could be producing some isolated slick travel through western and northern New Mexico today. Otherwise, we're expecting clearing conditions through the day today. Sunday, we have moderate concerns with those high to potentially damaging winds through eastern New Mexico. We could see that bumped up, but there is a high wind watch out right now for those areas along the Central Mountain Chain and Eastern Plains for peak gusts of 55 to 70 miles per hour, producing blowing dust and some hazardous crosswinds on north to south oriented highways. We get a little bit of an intermission on Monday, a break, if you will, in the storm pattern. But beginning Tuesday, we're expecting a series of storms, one after another, seemingly each day, giving us some more chances for rain and snow across western and northern New Mexico each day. That's expected to continue Friday, New Year's Eve. Anybody looking for New Year's Eve plans, I would recommend staying apprised of forecast updates for Friday. Right now it's low confidence forecast, but it looks like another storm system could potentially disrupt New Year's Eve plans on Friday. So with that, thank you for joining us today, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact or email us at the office here in Albuquerque. And with that, again, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and have a good holiday season.